What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. And guys, we got a fun one for you. A real fun one for you. Express a special request for an all Vietnam edition. And guys, essentially what this is a Vietnam. Get this guy turned for you. Exhibit. And this is a special request coming from our super subscriber, Sunset Superman. Special request. And Sunset Superman wanted to see all of our Vietnam G.I. Joes. Well, Sunset Superman, we put as many Vietnam G.I. Joes as we could possibly get on the staging area. Believe it or not, man, there's about maybe 3 or 4 more carded versions that we simply couldn't get on the staging area. So what I'm going to do for you, man, is we're going to get individual videos out on those guys for you. But for the most part, we selected some hard to find ones, some really cool ones, some different ones. Some ones that nobody really knew about too much. But we wanted to kind of get you a feel of exactly what we have here at the M.I.B. Master Museum. Guys, if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. This is what we do. We have super subscribers. You're asking, well, how do I become a super subscriber? Very easily. You communicate with us. You ask for requests. And that's really all there is to it. I mean, communication, a line of communication. Sunset Superman is a phenomenal collector himself. He's a super subscriber. He's family. He asked us if we could do this for him. That's all we needed to hear. So we're making it happen for Sunset Superman. We have a variety of Vietnam figures here on our staging area today here in our museum. We have some from the mid to late 1990s, the early 2000s. And some more, basically what we call the more modern G.I. Joes. But we have a wide assortment. The Vietnam War is one of those iffy subjects, you know. Should we've been involved in that war? So it had a lot of blowback on, you know, it depends on what side of the fence you were on. Did you feel we should be over there, or did you think it was right for us to be over there, or all of those things. But one thing we do know for certain, our men and our women in the military went over there regardless. So that it wasn't about much of a say-so. That, I mean, they were simply following orders. But nevertheless, it has become, historically, it has become a big historical point, turning point in our military history that people like to look back on. And it's a very controversial war. And G.I. Joe and Hasbro, as you can see, didn't steer clear. They didn't stay away from that subject. You know, they tackled that subject, the Vietnam War subject, head on by honoring the men and women that served in that war, by immortalizing them in as you know, G.I. Joes. Guys, what do you think of our Vietnam exhibit? Do you have some of these guys? Or are you looking for some of these guys? And we wanted to make sure Sunset Superman really could see a wide variety, a vast variety of Vietnam G.I. Joes here at our museum. This is one of my favorite ones, the Vietnam Wall Memorial. Beautifully done. Sadly, this battery doesn't work anymore. You could see this is what you would see, this illumination light up with the ghostly figures of the brothers that we lost in the war. Just a beautiful figure. It's extremely heavy. It's very large, and we had to put that all the way in the back. I would have loved to have had that up front, because it's so massive and it's so heavy that we had to make sure it was stabilized. Here's our Vietnam door gunner. Pretty cool. Beautifully done. And this was one of the first new superposable G.I. Joe bodies that was made. As you can see, he's got the gung-ho grip hands. Speaking of gung-ho grip hands, here's our Vietnam combat engineer with the chainsaw action there. I love the body vest. And what I'm gonna do here is let's do this. Let's do this. I wanna bring this guy down. We wanna get you every shot possible. Every shot possible. Here's one of my favorites. Here's one of my favorites. Here's our jungle tunnel rat. Get you a blown out shot. Beautifully done. I love the paint job on the face there. M16. Doberman Pinscher there. Just awesome, awesome figures. Beautifully done. Guys, we have more big productions coming your way. This was a request from Sunset Superman. So we have other big productions coming up, and I would like to thank Sunset Superman. This was just a phenomenal idea. I would love to say we here at MIB Master Museum had this idea. No, we did not have this idea. This idea was dreamt up and produced by Sunset Superman. So this was an idea that he wanted to share with us as a request, and so he could see some of these cool Vietnam GI Joes. And brother, we appreciate it, man, because once again it gives me an opportunity here at the museum to see some of these guys that I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time that I saw my my GI Joe Vietnam nurse. It's been, oh my goodness, this is a 1999 GI Joe, and she was the third of the female GI Joes, the GI Jane line. She was the third one, and just simply phenomenal. There's the boonie hat. She's got her bag, a lot of her medical supplies and equipment. Beautifully done. She's holding a gauze in her hand. Her hands. The head sculpt for this GI Joe Vietnam nurse is simply phenomenal. It's beautifully done. Beautifully done. Here's another one of my favorites, my GI Joe grenade thrower. Once again, there's that vest, that body vest, body armor vest. Beautiful helmet. You can see he can, you pull a lever on his back and he throws grenades. Really throws them too. Beautifully done. Then we come to my Vietnam Jungle Recon. Get you a blown out shot here. This is a very unique box in its own right, because it was packaged in a way where, because he has a machete action where his arm flips out and he can strike with his chop with his machete, they couldn't put cellophane, a protective plastic window, over this box because of the protruding machete. See, he's got his beautiful M16 in there, dog tags. Another one of my favorite GI Joe Classic Collection. This is a vintage Classic Collection head sculpt. I can't believe we gotten to the point now where I'm calling the Classic Collection head sculpts vintage. I can't believe it's been nearly 18 years since I purchased this figure back at Walmart. Beautifully done. Here's my Vietnam M60 gunner. M60 with muzzle blast action. This gun actually works. How cool is that? There's the boonie cap. Beautiful head sculpt. This is a basic recruit head sculpt from the late 1990s. Just phenomenal. Guys, we have a ton of action-packed videos headed your way. We're not stopping here. No, no. We're just getting started, guys. We're just getting started. We want you guys to run to the kitchen, grab your favorite beverage, hop on the couch, kick back, and tune in to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. God bless. And keep collecting.